Students, in previous video we have discussed about different methods of measuring national income. In one video, valuated method with its numerical, in another video income method, and in third video we have discussed about expenditure method. Okay, next step is of statement problems. In this video we are going to discuss about statement problems. Statement problems, always one question can be asked in 6 marks or in 4 marks, that is regarding statement problems. Question can be asked like this: whether it will be included in national income or not, give reasons. Okay. National debt interest. Student, you must know national debt interest or interest on national debt, it can be asked. It is not included in national income because it is the interest paid on loan taken by government to meet its consumption purposes. ऐसा कंसीडर किया जाता है कि गवर्नमेंट ने जो ये लोन लिया है ये पब्लिक वेलफेयर पे खर्च करने के लिए लिया गया है. That's why it is considered as for consumption purpose and it is not included in national income. Gift received from abroad. Gifts, any gift received from abroad and within the country, that will not be counted in national income because it is transfer income. Profit of Reliance Industries from its chemical business in Australia. Okay, profit of Reliance Industry. Here we are talking about national income, so we must see whether it is our normal resident or not. Reliance Industry is Indian industry. That's why it will be counted in national income because it is a part of factor income from abroad. Old age pension. Students, you know old age pension is transfer payment and not included neither in domestic income nor in national. Purchase of car by a household. You know purchase of car by a household is final good and that's why it will be counted in PFCE, private final consumption expenditure. It is included in national income. Profit earned by an Indian bank from its branch abroad. Okay students, in national income we must see whether we are talking about our normal resident. Indian bank is our normal resident. That's why profit earned by it will be counted in national income because Indian bank is profit earned by Indian bank will be a part of factor income received from abroad. Next, payment of fees to a lawyer or CA engaged by a firm. Most important statement, students, usually asked in CBSE. In this statement, one point should be noted that firm is a production unit and here lawyer or CA is also considered as a separate production unit. So any fees paid by one production unit to another production unit is considered as intermediate expenditure. That's why it is not included in national income. You know, in valuated method we have already told that when we are calculating valuated out of value of output, then we have to deduct it. Intermediate expenditure must be deducted. So it will not be counted in national income. Brokerage payment on sale of shares. In precautions of income method, valuated method, we have already discussed that any brokerage paid whether in second-hand goods, purchase and sale of second-hand goods or sale of shares, purchase of shares, brokerage will be counted or commission on second-hand sale of second-hand goods will be counted in national income. Okay, because it is a factor income of the broker. Next is purchase of raw material by a production unit. You know, very simple, any raw material is not counted because raw material is intermediate good and no intermediate good is counted in national income. So it will not be included because it is a part of intermediate consumption expenditure. Payment of interest by banks to their depositors. Okay. Payment of interest by banks to their depositors. Here it is considered that banks are giving their money, their deposits for productive purpose as loan. That's why they are giving the interest to the depositors is counted in national income, because in that case it is counted. If the loan is taken for consumption purpose, their interest is not counted, but the loan taken for productive purpose, it will be counted. It is a factor payment. In topic of interest in income method, in our previous video we have discussed about it a lot. Payment of interest by an individual to a bank. Payment of interest by an household or an individual, it is considered that individual has taken the loan for consumption purposes only. That's why for consumption purpose, any loan is taken, their interest is not counted in national. Okay, clear? Interest received on loan given to a foreign company in India. Interest received on loan given to a foreign company. It means we have given loan to foreign company. That means interest, that interest will be a part of factor income from abroad. That's why it will be counted in national income. Salaries paid to Russians working in Indian embassy in Russia. Salaries paid to Russians. Here we need to see only normal resident because we are talking about national income. So Russians are not our normal residents. So whatever salaries we are paying them, that is a part of their income, not our income. So it will not be counted in national income because it is a part of factor income paid to abroad. And when we are getting national income, we will subtract it from domestic income. Next is money received by a family in India from relatives working abroad. It is also very important terms. It is known as remittances from abroad. And no remittances, no money received by a family in India from its relatives is not counted in national income because it is a transfer receipt. Next is treatment of different items in domestic income. Treatment of different items in domestic income. Students, if question asks like this, whether the following will be included in domestic income or not, it's very clear. You need to see only domestic territory. Whether it is a part of domestic territory, it will be counted. Or if it is not a part of domestic territory, it will not be counted. Such as, in this case, profit earned by branch of foreign banks in India. Here we need to see only where at which place the foreign bank is situated. That is situated in India. So it is included in domestic factor income because profit are earned within the domestic territory. Rent received by an Indian from his building in London. Rent received by an Indian from his building in London. So income is generated in outside the domestic territory of India. So it will not be counted in domestic factor income. Okay. Profit earned by a resident of India from his company in Singapore. Obviously, company is situated in Singapore and Singapore is not a part of our domestic territory. So it will not be included in domestic factor income because the company is located outside the domestic territory of India. Next is rent received by an Indian resident from Russian embassy in India. Here also Russian embassy is not a part of our domestic territory. So whatever rent is received by Indian, that will not be included in domestic income of India. But it will be a part of factor income from abroad. If we are talking about national income, then it will be counted as a factor income from abroad. Okay. Next is profit earned by a company in India which is owned by a non-resident. company in India. Okay, we need to see where the company is situated. Company in India, so it will be included because company is situated within a domestic territory. Salaries to Indian residents working in the Russian embassy. Okay, Russian embassy, need to see here. Russian embassy is not a part of our domestic territory, so it will not be included in domestic factor income of India. It will be a part of factor income of Russia. Okay, next question, whether it will be included in national income or not, give reasons. National income, it is related to national income, so we need to see the normal resident. Salary received by an Indian employee. Okay, Indian employee is our normal resident, that's why it will be included in national income because he is the resident of India. Profit of a branch of SBI, here we need to see SBI. Profit is earned by SBI in England. It will be included in national income because it is a part of factor income from abroad. Included in national income but not included in domestic income but not in national income. These are the statements which are included in domestic income but not included in national income. Such as rent received by a company in India which is owned by a non-resident. Rent received by a company in India. In India means domestic income में include होगा, which is owned by non-resident तो national में नहीं होगा क्योंकि ये factor income to abroad है. Fact. Profits earned by a branch of foreign bank in India. Branch of foreign bank in India, it is included in domestic income. But profit earned by a branch of foreign bank, because it is the branch of foreign bank, so that will not be included in national income. Salary of residents of France working in Indian embassy in France, because it is the income earned by Indian embassy, so it will be included in domestic income. Because it is the income earned by resident of France, so it is not included in national income because it will be a factor income paid to abroad. Okay. On statement problem, question can be asked like this, not only in about domestic income or factor national income, it can be asked that how are the following treated in estimating private final consumption expenditure, can be asked like this. If we are talking about exports, exports are not a part of PFC, it is separate component of expenditure method. Direct purchases made abroad by resident household, yes, because whatever expenditure is done by resident household, that is counted as a part of private final consumption expenditure. Final consumption expenditure of non-profit institutions serving household, it is also the same thing. Just like the expenditure done by resident household, it is also a part of private final consumption expenditure. If we are talking about change in stock is also not a part of private final consumption expenditure. It is a separate component. It is a part of gross domestic capital formation. So it will not be included. Last question, students. Which of the following item is a part of compensation of employees? Question can be asked like this. Employers' contribution to gratuity fund of the employees. Students, in our video of income method, we have already discussed about these components of COE. If you have seen that video, it means it is clear to you that employers' contribution to gratuity fund of the employees, whatever contribution is by employers, that whether that is regarding to provident fund or gratuity fund, that is a part of COE. Employees contribution, here this is given by employees, so it will not be counted because employees contribution is already a part of wages and salaries in cash, so it will not be counted as a separate. Payment of insurance claim by LIC to injured worker, it will not be counted because it is the payment made by third party. It is not concerned with the company or the employer. That's why it will not be counted. And last is medical expenses of a firm on treatment of employee's family. It is counted because it is the part of wages and salaries in kind. Okay students, thank you.